Web3 has the possibility to expand our mind and expand our tent pegs to what is possible.
Communities like this is that we come together to create the solutions that we want in the world.
The community needs your story, so come join us.
Technology is a tool to impact and bring God's kingdom here on earth.
Right? Play to earn, that's where the game changer comes in.
Well, Web3 is all about asset.
What you have to say is what's needed to be said in Hollywood.
People are looking for the miraculous.
Part of taking back some of that ground.
You are bringing the light into such a dark, dark place.
Very focused on, impacting people.
And just getting started. Participate.
Our partnership is helping to cut that code of poverty.
Mentorship, entrepreneurship, and faith. These are your pillars to success.
We have given a solution that we have brought this people from Sony, Disney, and Marvel to solve. Will you be a part of this?
And what if I told you that NFT communities are now building through art something that is long-lasting, it's legacy.
Eric Skeldon might well be the premier kingdom thought leader in the Web3 and NFT space.
I want you to know personally that I know Eric, and God is going to use this to advance the kingdom.
NFTs are keys. Our ecosystem, we're building up people to even launch their own projects, and even we have an NFT launch course coming out that is going to show you guys how to actually do this, what we've done, and duplicate it. Kingdom Warriors, we are a family of warriors all over who want to make impact in the arts and entertainment space, in the business mountain, using technology, using storytelling, making epic creations with our hands, with our brains. Really, it's just an amazing community of warriors who want to impact culture and shape culture. What is up, warriors? What is going on? It is Eric Skeldon, your boy, streaming from Nashville, Tennessee. Man, it is an amazing day. Shout out to all the Kingdom Warriors out there. All of you guys, dreamers, creatives who are making stuff, creating stuff. Man, it is for such a time as this, it is time to produce. It's time to create. Creativity is arising. We are dreaming big. We are streaming. What's up, you guys? Let us know if you're on live. You guys tag some battle buddies, tag some warriors. You guys, we got thousands of warriors all over the world. We need you guys. We need to hear your energy, feel your energy, feel your fire. Let's see you guys. Where are you guys watching from? All of our warriors out there. Man, what an amazing day God has made, and we will rejoice because he's just so good, man. God is always for us. He's for you. He has good plans for you. He's working in the midst. Even when you see troubling circumstances, when you see trying times, you know that he's right there. He's right there. His hand is not too short that he can't hold you. He can't protect you. He can't guide you. He's training us for reigning. He's bringing us into a place of to prosper. He's positioning you guys. Put in the word position, you guys. It's time to position yourselves to prosper. Position yourself to prosper. As you get around people, we have Dr. Brian Simmons, endorse this book. We got Prophet Jesse Champ. He lives in here in Nashville. God just blessed them with a government business building in Columbia. We're going to one of their events. He's bringing David Hogan, one of the people who is amazing Kingdom General, friends with Bill Johnson, goes to Bethel, does ministry in Mexico and stuff, and has an amazing ministry, raises the dead. Often, the dead get raised, and really the things that Jesus did and Jesus trained on, there's people out there doing. And so God is calling us to even walk into the miraculous, walk into the things that we don't see people do often. God is showing us that he is bringing us into a time where we are doing these things. And so you guys tag some battle buddies in the challenge group. Let me tag some. We should have our events. Should have our events tab in here. Let's see. Awesome. So you guys light up this broadcast. You guys share this broadcast. We're also going to give an NFT away today. But man, I haven't Shanae, can you go in the challenge group, Shanae? And make sure we share it to the event page. What's up, Philip? Yeah, so you guys, this is an amazing day. I think we set this event for 10 a.m. Central. We're here in the Nashville area, and I think I think what's it Aurelio set it up in our Discord. But you guys, we're positioning ourselves to prosper. I just wanted to come on today. We are revealing our NFT art on this Saturday, so I wanted to get you guys ready and just show you guys something. So this is a book that was just published recently. You can get it for $7 on Amazon. But I want to show you something cool. On the last page, you see we actually have some of our NFTs here published in the book. Type in the Kingdom Mind in the things, and it's cool to see, a team from Sony, Disney, and Marvel. Through a God idea, we've been able to reach the nations through an NFT project. Who would have thought that an NFT project could become an ecclesia that was reaching people and bringing hope through creativity, through storytelling? Storytelling is just so powerful, and to see that storytelling, warriors from all over the world, amazing art can really impact people like that. It's just such a blessing to see that God is outside the box. The creativity that we're living in during these times is just blows me away of where the enemy could try to isolate, keep us isolated and not together, but God is bringing people together. He's causing us to rise up, to fight for such a time as this, to come together with solutions to all of Earth's problems. As we're partnered with God, we have access to heavenly perspectives and solutions to the Earth's problems. And so when you look at heaven culture is showing us that there's always a solution. They're walking on gold. There's no problems. And so we've seen it all through biblical history, from Solomon to Nehemiah, partnering with God's wisdom to build the wall in a time that they weren't even able to build for like a whole generations. They weren't able to do that, yet they were able to do that just through the power of God and through the wisdom. And so it's amazing to see, my wife and I, growing up, thinking I was ADD, ADHD, went from LSD to GOD, and my wife and I, just completely transformed. Amazing stories. Check out in this book, you'll hear my wife's story and a little bit more of testimony of what God's done. But, anyways, what was it? Anyways, through that time, God has just shown up so much throughout our life and through the transformation that God's taken us through. But one of the things I wanted to highlight was just that, like, talking about solutions is like throughout all everything we've kind of been through, God is just showing us these solutions, and like how He's given keys to His children. He wants to show His children ideas and solutions for every problem. And one of the problems we've been working on here at Kingdom Warriors is the problem of one of the problems of like the arts and entertainment industry, the idea of starving artists, the idea of creative people not being able to like monetize and turn a passion into profit, turning what they love into something where you can actually work. Jesus was a carpenter, being able to be like, what if I make the best wooden objects? What if you can make some amazing creations? So I'm wanting to just share how we went from a year ago, almost on our birthday, to basically on our company's birthday, doing raising $50,000 for this idea of Kingdom Warriors, to now we raised $50,000 for this God idea of building out this world of Kingdom Warriors in this world of Eladria. and now we have funded $270,000 so far and produced 3 weeks of shooting for a film series. To be one of the first NFT projects bring um to ever bring basically an NFT story to to the big screen. Like, these are all just God strategies that just have happened, and being able to build and do this. So I kind of want to um take you guys back to where it kind of started. So here's our one of our this is our Ethereum website. And so what Web3 means is Web3 is really showing ownership over assets. So type in the comments ownership. And you guys, we're gonna give an NFT away on this broadcast. I would love for you guys, if you guys can, hit the share button, tag some warriors, show some love on this broadcast, and we are gonna give an NFT away on this. But I want to show you guys. So this kind of started with this whole idea of, what does it mean to be a kingdom warrior? And I looked through OpenSea.io has basically, all the hundreds of millions of dollars. They command 85% of all the throughput of NFT sales. And when I looked at that, the industry that was really just blowing up a year ago, I saw just people raising millions of dollars for these projects with that didn't really they weren't building anything that was really of impact and of things that I was like, man. And there was just a lot of scams. How many of you guys have seen in crypto and in the NFT world, there's just scams and all this stuff. It's like the wild wild west. And so when I looked and I saw that um through the basically through this industry, I was just like, man, there's so many solutions that a kingdom perspective could bring. And for myself, I have a business degree from University of North Texas. I've done millions of dollars in sales for multiple companies. So just bringing that and then paired with what God has done, just with learning to partner with heaven, learning to work from victory from what Jesus has given us. And growing up, you can see some of my collector's items. I have this old school little collector's item right here. Let me put it on actually big screen. Let me see. I have this collector's item of Marvel Star Wars. How many of you guys knew that Marvel and Star Wars and Stan Lee and Star Wars, Stanley presents the Marvel Special Edition. So this is way old school. And as I was looking at some of these projects and some of my heroes that I looked up to, from Steve Jobs of Apple to Stan Lee and some of these things that he was creating, and it's cool. How many of you guys know that God, God cares for the desires of your heart? Put in the comments. God cares for the desires of my heart. He cares about the things that you care about. So like even the little things, people thinking, oh, Eric, you'll never make money in the video game world. Eric, you'll never make money in, like the whatever film industry or the creative world. But I'm here to say in 1 year that's we've now been able to earn a living while pursuing our dreams, and not to mention inspire thousands of people all over the world through. We've done 7 virtual events, brought in amazing speakers, and have hundreds of testimonials of God saying that He cares about all these people's dreams, and He cares about the desires of your heart. And so just going back to that, let me show you back to take you back to the start of where it all kind of started. So I had this idea of this Kingdom Warriors. I saw all these other NFT projects, and I bought over 70 NFTs. Bought and sold about $20,000 of NFTs, and made some money, but really, and a lot of them were there was like 3 of them that I bought for $200, and then I sold them for $5,000. So I made about $15,000 on 3 NFTs that were around $200-$300. And then the rest of them, there was a lot of them that were scam projects that seemed good at the beginning, but they were not good. The founders they weren't doxxed, which means they didn't say, hey, look at me. My name's Eric Skeldon. Here's what I've done in the corporate world. Here's what we're building now with this epic company. And so I was like, man, one of the solutions for this industry is this showing who you are. Like, here's what I've done in the real world, and here's what we're building now with Web3. And so we had this idea, what if we could build a Web3 entertainment company, and people own assets that are part of this project of Kingdom Warriors, our brand. And and it was these amazing NFTs that we're building 4 guilds. So we have 4 guilds. An amazing story. You can go here to kingdomwarriorsnft.com/lore and see more about this story and the genesis of these empires and Lord Belleran and the evil, and we're the servants of the Everlight. And there's just so much. The Obsidian Shade is the evil army, and and it's just this amazing story that we brought a team of people that worked with Sony, Disney, and Marvel. Some really creative people helping us write some of the story. We have these envoys, we have originators. These are the guilds, and like pretty much like in the factions. Think of like Dune. You see those house banners. These are like the banners of the houses. You have weavers, and our amazing artist Nicholas that has worked with Sony has been just building some amazing things from the art to just a lot of the creative art around the project. And it's cool. We went from selling 300 warriors back in January, and it was someone thought it was pretty big, but for us in the global NFT world, it was a slow beginning. And write in the comments below, do not despise small beginnings. We ended up having like, we aimed for 888 the first launch, January 31st, 2021, and we ended up selling out of 222. And God was even speaking through that 222, like he's given us the keys, and then he told us to cap it at 300. So we capped it at 300 for the Generation 1 warriors, and then God was saying like that was like Gideon. Our 300 warriors, which are our original Gen 1 warriors, you can find on OpenSea, and some amazing Kingdom Generals, captains are own those NFTs, and they're going to be huge in the future, I believe. And anyways, we got to 300 overnight once God said to cut it off. So we started at 300, sold out of 300, and then the next goal was 2,222, which was like a 10 times that multiple. And so we went for 2,222. We sold out of that, and we basically have now hired a lead author to write the book for the story. And we actually now funded 270,000 for the film project behind me that's now in post-production, where we have a Lord of the Rings actor attached to it, narrating it. And you're going to see more press on that to come. We have now wired 10% of the proceeds to Precious Kids Foundation, an orphanage that empowers widows and takes care of orphans out there. I'm going to show you a video on that. We have developed an rewards app. We have a YouTube channel with like hundreds of hours of free content, hundreds of hours of free education, interviews, music. We started a music label. We have Michael from let me show you some of our team. We got Michael Morgan, who is a globally ranked esports player, Super Smash Brothers, Battlefield 2, Dance Dance Revolution. Sold his company at 21 and has in LA, and has been able to focus on his passion ever since. And now he's leading our music label department, Kingdom Warriors Music. You can go look up Kingdom Warriors Music on Spotify and on YouTube, and man, they're just crushing it. We got 3 artists now working with us, getting art out, getting visuals. We're building amazing warrior visuals, like some animated like warrior. Think about fire and like swords on fire and like cool armor, and then putting this amazing epic sounds. We have one guy who's like I call him the future, like Kingdom Hans Zimmer, who's putting this amazing orchestra music out there of like epic music. But you can come on here and look at some of our team. We really just having some amazing team, from Hollywood film producers to artists who have worked with Sony, to people, Bobby's worked on music with Marvel. El Montos, he's worked with United Nations, Disney, NASCAR, and 3M on web development, and even virtual reality. Taz from South Africa. Just amazing team of people who are helping us bring this stuff to life. And so I wanted just to share with you the start. Like, it started with this story, an idea. We raised $50,000 for it, and we are revealing the art this Saturday. So I want you guys to Nicole, definitely get buy a piece of art. It's $222. If you have Ethereum, you can mint via kingdomwarriorsnft.com mint tab. If you have credit or debit, you're going to go to the other link for that. But we're building a Web3 entertainment company, and the cool thing is the artists that are within our community, we're eventually building an ecosystem for prophetic artists and for other artists to start selling their art, start getting their art out there. We've raised over $1,000 for one of our prophetic artists, or actually a couple of our prophetic artists. We've raised thousands of dollars in sales for them. We're teaching artists how to get their art out there, how to sell their art, how to position it in the marketplace. So yeah, our community, if you're a holder in our community, I mean, crazy value for you. And let me show you just more of that. Put in the comments value in the comments, and community. That's the important thing in this industry. If you're building a movement around an art project, you have to have value, you have to have community, you have to bring a ton of value to community. So let me show you how this, Kingdom Warriors, yes, we're building this epic media company. We have 2 grants right now. We're actually building a what is it called? And then you guys so I'm going to show you our white paper real quick. So on that website, you guys can download our white paper and read more about this and really pray about how you can partner with us and all this stuff. But you want to go to the Kingdom Warriors NFT.io/adventure, and you can download this white paper, and you can even just get a vision for our art, this brand, and what you can do. I've talked about it, like, what if George Lucas or Stan Lee offered you some stake, some ownership over some of these assets in Star Wars or Marvel before they're household names? Would you say yes? And that's what we're doing. We have artists, developers, musicians who've worked with Sony, Disney, and Marvel, and now we're building a new media empire for God's kingdom. And Web3 technology allows ownership of this. And so one of the problems is there's not the few. I have 5 daughters, and what I see for the future for our kids and for the media, for what's informing our kids, what's shaping the brains of our children, and all this stuff, I see too much evil taking ground of that. And I'm like, what if we can make a difference? So one of our mission is to empower kingdom dreamers and creatives to take back the arts entertainment mountain by creating epic stories that inspire, encourage, and unite. And so you can see on our on there, you can see some of our roadmap of what we're developing. And this is obviously as we're raising funds, as we're growing, as we're bringing in revenue, as we have a couple grants. One of our quotes, my dad's from South Africa, if you know me, and one of our quotes is, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so that's a big part of, our team, and, having a dream team. We got the music. So some problems we're solving is the music industry. We got Michael kind of in charge of that. You can kind of read more about the music, go look at our albums. And then the film side of the business is, what can we do as we come together for film and tell stories? What did Jesus do? Parables. Drop in parables in the comments below. As we tell stories, as we are able to share stories that are able to impact generations and leave legacy and really impact people through the sound, through the color, through the film, the storytelling, we believe we could do a ton. And then there's the gaming world. Play to earn gaming means that instead of you paying to play these video games like Fortnite, you're going to be able to play these games and earn cryptocurrency. So we're seeing solutions for people in the Philippines and Africa as, ambassadors of heaven, where we can actually build solutions for problems like poverty and things overseas. We're seeing how we can build a video game that actually people can play and learn kingdom principles and earn cryptocurrency. This is something you guys have the power to get behind. Not to mention the charity. We're actually sponsoring, or putting our money where our mouth is. We're launching, each one of our NFTs is earning Everlight token. You see Everlight token right here. That's going to be launching after we sell out of the collection. There's only 2,500 NFTs left. So get these packages while you can. You can look at the packages on there. We partner now with the largest Christian online library, bringing $1,000 value on this platform. You could build your own groups in the blockchain. You can see all this film, interviews, coaching, courses, all this stuff is in there. With that partnership, we actually own 3 pieces of land. These lands were about $30,000 to purchase about 6 months ago before the crash. And we're building out glory experiences in the megaverse where youth can come in these experiences, experience the glory of God, collaborate, hang out together, do life together. So there's so many different avenues that we're really going after and really building. And yeah, it's all through storytelling, all through building, creating experiences, epic, immersive experiences. And so, last thing I wanted to show you was pull up the. So let me pull up the. Um, let me see. Let me pull up the adventure page. So you'll go to kingdomwarriorsnft.adventure/adventure. And let me share this screen today. So this is crazy. So we had some of the most amazing speakers and marketplace ministry people join and really back us. We've had Sean Bowles. Sean Bowles, you guys, if you know Sean Bowles, he prophesied, what we're building right now. Al in Los Angeles. You can watch this video. This is our story brand video. Amazing media team that built this. But Sean Bowles prophesied what you see, Eric, and what you guys are building here in the next 10 years. If you guys don't stop, you guys don't give up, it's literally going to be unrecognizable what God's going to do in this decade. And that's from Prophet Sean Bowles. We have a prophet, Andrew Whalen, who's worked with Lou Engle for years. We actually are helping him throw an event with Lou Engle right now. It's so amazing what God's doing, like who we're getting to connect with and work with. He's been on staff for the past 6 months. He's been on Prophet on staff, helping us grow and really just build together. And anyways, he signed on to train on Thursdays, weekly prophetic training on Thursday for an hour. So basically, for even owning one of these $222 NFTs, you're now getting weekly prophetic coaching on Zoom with Andrew Whalen, and getting, prophesied over, learning how to hear the voice of God. Learning how to hear the voice of God will literally change your whole life. It's changed my whole life on even hearing a word to build this thing and raising $50,000 and doing it, and now being a multi-million-dollar company. We couldn't have done that unless I learned how to hear the voice of God and don't give up. Use all your skills and assets you have to do this and build. Come on, somebody give God some praise for how good he is. But we have also Michael Pink. Michael Pink, he's gotten a forward from Zig Ziglar, one of the best success inspirators, authors of all time. He has a forward from him on his books. He's written, sold millions of copies of his books. He's coming in to teach soon for the people who are holders. So what happens is you own these NFTs. Yes, they go up and down in value. Some people have, sold an NFT for $200 for up to $1,500, $1,000. But really, we're asking our community to even, for a lot of these NFTs to, if you have a lot, sell some as we're growing, as the press comes out for the film and the Lord of the Rings actor and all the stuff we're doing. But to really, at least always hold, whatever, 1 NFT, 5 NFTs, 10 NFTs, so you are going to really keep access to this stuff. He's teaching the divine blueprint, talking about outer courts, inner courts, and the holy of holies, and basically something that's really just, he's crushed it. He's helped a company get in the Inc. 5,000 or 500, I forget which one it is, a real estate company. We also, your Dr. Joseph Peck has backed us in our holders and saying, hey, if you buy this offer, you're going to get his 8-week. He's labeled as the time doctor. Tons of miracles have come in our lives, and since he's been in our life, organization, structure, amazing things. And he's teaching an 8-week live workshop on time. He wrote the book I Was Busy, Now I'm Not, and really being able to prioritize your time. And we also have a partnership with Oz Hillman. He runs Marketplace Leaders, speaks in DC, culture shaper summits. He's been doing marketplace ministry, teaching on this stuff for decades. And he wrote the book The Joseph Calling, and Today God First, TGIF, which has like tens of millions of downloads and translations all over the world. And he's really said, Eric, this is going to be big. We're gonna, this is some future technology, and you guys are pioneering this. And he wants to pour into this, and he's teaching a class, giving us a class on building a solid financial future in the digital marketplace. And just he's a holder. All of these people are holders in this community, owners of these assets with you. We teach Warrior Wednesdays. So you're gonna, we bring the community together, bring our family together. We're gonna be teaching on everything from kingdom to Web3, what's happening in the crypto Web3 world, what we're seeing, and then also updates on the project, the film, game, music. You're gonna get updates, and then Rick Osborne, he's also authored some amazing books, amazing teacher. God has taken him for 10 years, basically just teaching them himself. Jesus teaching them, and he is just an amazing teacher, and has also sold tens of millions of copies of books. And it's amazing how all these big authors are in my life, and I'm like, dude, I got like one book, I got one book. And even Dr. Brian Simmons is a holder, and like he's wanted to do some stuff with cryptocurrency and get some consulting from us. It's amazing what God's doing, but he's that good. But anyways, Rick Osborne also is partnered and said, hey, we want to make this Kingdom Warriors asset as powerful and valuable as possible. He's teaching upcoming live 3-part mini series on being a Kingdom Warrior and what that means in the spirit. Like, who are we in the spirit, and what do we have authority? What is the authority God Jesus has given you after he took the keys of sin and death? You guys, someone shared this broadcast for someone. And also the cool thing is, we can, even if you purchase one, you're like, hey, I know someone needs to be in this, let us know. We will, one of the NFTs, if you purchase, DM me if you want to be a part of this. Say, hey, Eric, I need to be in this. What do I need to do? We can even get you we can even purchase the package for you and give one person an NFT that that needs to be in this community, and get all these resources, and get a community that's going to speak into your dreams, encourage you to live the life that God has for you. You're also going to get weekly marketing masterclass, Warrior of Marketing. Timothy is our CMO, and just amazing connector, and he brings in the best in class people who are learning marketing or teaching marketing, teaching how to build a brand, how to market your brand, how to build a list, nurture a list, all these things that are going to be in building your business, building your dream as well. And every Tuesday, he's bringing that to our holders as utility. So these are all things of utility you get access to. We also just shot a $20,000 course called NFT Movement Maker Launchpad, that's going to show you how we raised the $50,000, give you all the PDF resources, documents, plus coaching on that. That is coming soon, and that's for our 5-star general package. They get that for free. There's going to be a $2,000 course standalone that we're building. So you guys, if you go to the packages down below, you can see just a lot of the just different, favor from, we've been featured in the Elijah List, Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur, Empower 2000, Crypto Business Podcast. So we were on just now Michael Stelzner's Crypto Business Podcast, Social Media Examiner. They have over 500,000 followers all over, and they just did a whole thing telling our story, how we were the first project to sell out of a large 2,222 NFT collection using Facebook challenges, virtual events. They just did a whole piece on that, and how we're now doing a film and all this stuff. You can check out that article there. So God has just given us crazy favor. Tons of testimonials from, Jacqueline said each Kingdom Warrior will find their place in their battle buddies, business buddies. It's huge. I'm so grateful for you and your family's obedience and faith, and stepping out in this big God call in your life that's literally causing multitudes to rise up. And then Terry put the revival is here. We have heard that the next revival is. Who knew that a revival is going to come through owning these pieces of art? That you're going to own these pieces of art. You're going to be able to, so you see this guy, how he has, this is his NFT. This is one of my favorite. This is the Originator Guild. Wait, is that the Originator? I think this is the Originator Guild. He has laser eyes. He has this amazing purple armor. I love this NFT. I want to buy it from him. But Grateful One 420.eth. He on Twitter, that's his profile. Elon Musk has bought Twitter. Shout out to Elon. Go follow us on Twitter at Kingdom War NFT. And yeah. So you guys, cool things. So this Epic Entertainment brand that's connected to these NFTs you own. We have Lawrence Fishburne and Milo Gibson, Under the Stadium Lights, from the producers who made this, are making our film, and that's us out there with them right here. Dr. Mark, Hamid, Camille, and just some amazing stuff. You can see more about the story, the game, all that right here. But here are the packages, you guys. Here's the utility. Each one of these NFTs is earning 100 Everlight token a day. So once we launch this Everlight token for the game, you're going to be, the more NFTs you have, the more you're going to be able to earn and be able to cash out from that cryptocurrency in the future. It's all coded in. And so you can also, I mean, you're getting tons of courses, masterminds. Some you get utility with the film. Go check this out. We have even these amazing bonuses with Dr. Brian Simmons, other, 6 months free to Fetch the Goodness. We got these bonuses on writing, Science the Supernatural, Michael's story from Disney to decentralized entertainment, God's government and banking with Benji, systems and automation to run a online virtual business with Vera. For I think now it's the Colonel and above. You get signed copies of these books. You get all these free books right here. Family Decrees, establishing an angelic garrison around your home and family. Peace to Go. Put on the full armor of God. Cool book, that my first ebook I ever made. But you guys, amazing. Look right here. We had this press go out there on Instagram. The artist and developer of Kingdom Warriors NFT worked with Sony, Disney, Marvel. Some people have sold their NFTs for $728, $420. This is not financial advice. We can't say that you're going to guaranteed make money. The project, it depends on what the market is, the open market is. But you guys, we have over 550 holders all over the world, top IP attorneys. One of our advisors, Dan, he helps VC companies out in Los Angeles, one of the top IP attorneys, testimonials, movie producers. Will show you the video. You guys watch this of the land we're buying and the fruit of people who are sowing into Kingdom Warriors and going with us. They'll see more of our the land we're doing and what we're doing, fighting human sex trafficking, buying land out there, building an empower and education center out there. We're going to build bases in Africa where we're going to be able to empower and teach Web3 skills to pay the bills, teach crypto gaming so that people can play crypto games and earn income overseas, and through Web3 technology and crypto, they're going to be able to pay their bills. More testimonials of Bethel students, other influential, Michael Mims, amazing speaker, and the Christian circuits, why he purchased these. You can download our white paper here at the bottom. But you guys, check this out. Join the community. Come see what it's all about. Get your MetaMask address. This is a MetaMask address right here. You're going to need a MetaMask address. Go to metamask.io. This is where you'll buy the NFTs, and then you'll get this is called a public address. You have your public address, and after you purchase, you get a free white glove call, meaning that we're going to be able to onboard you into the community, answer all your questions, and then fill out your form, put your MetaMask address there. And so it's a lot of good stuff. So we're going to give an NFT away to someone who's here live. So one of the questions I'm going to ask is, what is the title of our 4-part film series project? First person to answer who is has their name on StreamYard accepted will win. Oh, we have someone answer, but their name's not on here. You got to have your name. All right, Mona. Mona was the first one. Legends of Eladria. And Mona came out there to the set. Kingdom General Mona and her husband came out there to the set, helping us build this thing, helping us tear down trees, build the set out there. So that's amazing. Reaping and sowing. I mean, they sowed a lot into this project. Not to mention just being, investing into the startup, letting the startup be a startup on rocket fuel, and then also, just even coming out there and getting their hands dirty, really pouring into people, loving on the cast, the staff, and the crew of the film project. And so that's really cool. That's happened a lot in this world, is the people who have been pouring into Kingdom Warriors, like they're like, I don't know, it just comes back to them so much. Like, people get so blessed through the community and stuff too. What you put in is what you'll get out. I'll just say that. Like, what you reap is what you sow, is how the Bible says it. As you're sowing into stuff, as you're doing stuff ends up increase happens. So just bless you, Mona. Send me a DM with your MetaMask address. and I will hook you up, Mona, and send you an NFT for you and Emerson, your amazing husband. Yes, I came for the NFTs. I stayed for the Kingdom. New Kingdom Warriors shirt. Oh yeah, I don't know if we got to tell you guys that the brand we've actually got to buy Kingdom Dominion, a clothing brand. So this is kind of what I was trying to show you guys is that NFTs are more than the art. The art is just the part. You get access to coaching, courses, a network of elite warriors all over the world. There's merchandise, books, movies, films. These NFT brands are now starting to attract, $50 million. We have one NFT project that has attracted $50 million in funding. That is a brand like ours that is, in the secular space. And then also we have a one that's raised 500 million. That's $500 million to build their brand. And so, you guys, this is a whole new thing. And what if we had an amazing brand? You look at Star Wars, you look at Lord of the Rings, some of these things, they have millions of people, fans of this thing. What if, right now we just have a couple, 1,000 and 2,000 of you guys are going to have the ability to have ownership in this company, and then not to mention as the brand grows to where it has millions of people loving the story, loving the stuff. You guys are actually one of the first, founders owning these NFTs. So you guys grab your packages, grab your NFTs for the link in bio. We need your help to change the arts and entertainment game, to change the world for the gaming industry, for the media, for the future. We need your help. We need you guys to help us. You can't do this stuff without resources, without team. Hiring this team from Sony, Disney, and Marvel that have worked with these companies, we need payroll, we need overhead, we need, to pay the developers, the artists, the creatives to write and to do this stuff. This stuff is not like we're to compete with Marvel, Disney, to compete with this stuff. We're able to do this because people are so passionate. They're able to do this on, smaller salaries, bonuses and stuff. But you guys, we need your help. So you guys, it means the world when you guys are helping us. The thousands of you guys who are supporting this, and then the people who are actually owning NFTs, buying NFTs, believing on this, betting on us. It means the world, you guys. You guys have no idea. So I'm gonna as you guys are choosing your package, I'm gonna play this video for you. And actually, we have Philip. Do you want to come say hi real quick? So before I play this video for you, we got Philip Abraham in the house.
What's up, guys?
You guys, so Philip, if you'll share real quick, even a little bit about your story and stuff, and then or just about your story in the creative world, and then
Sure.
And then kind of what we were talking about, the idea that we need more impact people in the arts and entertainment world that are writing stories that are really going to impact our children,
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, I might have seen some of you guys before. You've seen me, but a little bit about me. I mean, I met Eric not long ago, and we met through Mark Smith, who authored a book that needed to be turned into a screenplay. And I had known the guys who were producing this film, and they were Christian guys, and it seemed like everybody on board was Christian, and so I was this was a few years ago, and as a young kid, and they wanted me to kind of help adapt the script quickly, and I just said to them, hey, do you have a director for this? And they were like, actually, no, we don't. So, I submitted the things that I had done. And what I had done was just not that much. I had done some acting reels for actors in Los Angeles. I'd done a short documentary. And then long, long time ago, I did a documentary about sex trafficking in Latin America. So I had a lot of heart, but I didn't have a lot of experience, but I just submitted what I had. And they came back and said, you know what? I think it would be smart to have the guy who's writing the story, kind of adapting it from the book, be the director of it. And I think that's just a big testimony to being able to present yourself. Just say, you know what? I'm in this spot. If there's a door that's open, present what you have. Present, who you are. And if you are insecure about that, which I absolutely was, other people won't be. You have to just have the confidence that Christ is going to be able to open doors for you. He's going to kind of put you where you need to go. And that faith, man, that's really what it takes in a creative world. I've been living in Los Angeles for 12 years, and it's been such a blessing to come out to Nashville, man. This is a great place,
Dude,
you
yeah.
know. So we're not so secretly kind of considering my wife and I, Leah, coming out here. And man, if we keep moving and shaking out here, Eric's out
Yeah.
here. There's a lot of people out here doing some really cool things. And of course, we're all here in a room right now together. So the world is increasingly mobile. It might just be something that would be interested in doing. So I mean, that's just a little chunk about
Yeah.
where I'm at. It's been really cool to partner up with you in just the stuff that we have, and
Mhm.
for you to let me into the community. You guys have been so warm, so welcoming, and it's a real boost of confidence and just excitement to see that there's so many people who have the same mindset to impact the world for the better with entertainment. It seems like a lot of the times we're letting culture be created by the most influential, powerful, wealthy people, and all we can really do is comment on it. We can criticize it, and we can maybe
Complain, like, "Oh, just
yeah.
complain." Because all we've done, this all we if all we do is complain and say, "Oh, these people always make bad content," but we're not creating culture, we're not, creating the content that shapes culture, then what are we doing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was just talking to executive, who was mover and shaker too, Christian as well, and it was such a surprise to hear, his thoughts on it because it was very similar. It's like a lot of the times with films that come out from the Christian world, it's oftentimes sort of, the lower version of a movie that's already been made. In fact, I've been there in the room and seen pitches, seen people talk about the stuff that they're trying to develop, and they'll automatically say, "Hey, here's a story. You know this one. It did really well. So we're going to try to sort of steal that, but then turn it Christian." And that is like by definition not culture creating. It's culture copying. It is
Mhm.
you're just sort of creating a facsimile of the world that we're trying to impact, and it's just not the way to do it. So if you want to really change culture for the better, if you want to shift it and move the stream from where it's going to somewhere else, then you have to create something that's unique and powerful. Something that, I mean, I'm a screenwriter, and so I've talked a lot about this the story wheel. You have three spokes on a story wheel. One is character. You have to have really good characters that are unique, and at the same time, every single person can relate with what they're going through. You've also got to have a theme. You got to have something to say. If you're just having a character here and he's cool and he's exciting, and we can kind of relate, but there's nothing to say behind this, then you really don't have a story. And then the third is plot, which is basically things happening. You've got to have a story, and to really merge those all together and create something unique and yet something that is it's quite a line to ride in terms of creating something that's unique and yet something that feels relatable, familiar to people. And I mean, honestly, Kingdom Warriors and what you guys are doing seems exactly like that. Um, there's this hunger for a new fantasy story that doesn't just well, one, it doesn't it doesn't it's not rated X, it's not rated NC-17. It's not going to continue to exploit, some of the bigger problems in Hollywood, continue to propagate some of the issues of exploitation, of, over-sexualization, and of course, some of the power dynamics.
So I think they said with,
Um
like, Game of Thrones has so much budget, and obviously, like, you can't like, the dragons look cool,
Yeah.
the character plot and stuff look cool, but then, like, the main character, like, they're making her naked all the time, the blonde girl, and then just,
Yeah.
like and then I think they were like, one of the I heard, like, one of the writers, the people, they're like, we're making this for the perverts or something," like, they're
Yeah.
basically saying, like, they're, like, gonna make it to where the perverts who are watching it are, like, just so happy, and I'm
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
and they're admitting to that, so it's like they're at least being real about it.
I know, yeah, it's crazy, it's crazy to see it. It's such a popular, um, story, and, it's strange because when the world is making it, I think a lot of Christians actually are okay with it. It's sort of it's interesting because a lot of Christians watch it and they're, engaged, and maybe they fast forward through certain moments, or they try to, close their eyes or cover
Mhm.
cover cover eyes, but when Christians wanna make something that is just true, it's not perverted. It's just maybe, it's an exposure of how the world is, but it's not rated PG. You know, it's not all family friendly. Maybe there is some darker stuff, darker elements. There's some language. We seem to be really reticent. Not only reticent, but we'll shut it down real quick. And I think there needs to be the kind of a unity that happens where Christians, when they're creating content, they're able to recognize if we present truth, if we really go and we show the issues that are at hand and the darkness of them, as well as the bright light that Christ offers, then we're going to be rated PG-13 sometimes, and sometimes we're going to be rated R. Passion of the Christ was a great example of that, but we can be a little bit less divided of what is sacred and what is secular, and recognize that we're going to create something like an epic story, Kingdom Warriors, and it's not going to be PG. We're going to do something that might just push the limits in terms of, of just like showing what is the reality of war, and what are some of the real complexities and difficulties that the culture that we're in needs to face in order to change. Now that's just my idea. That's just my thought. I know we haven't talked a lot about it.
Yeah.
But I think what would be great is to see a story that is it's universal, it's understood by everyone who watches it, and in fact it speaks to culture and speaks to the heart, but also doesn't pull any punches. I think that's kind of the line that I'm excited to ride, and I'm excited to see also what you guys have already done because you've already made a series.
Yeah, so the fight scene. So one of the guys we got was a guy named Jordan Scott who he worked. He's basically been in. He got his start in Walking Dead in Atlanta.
Oh, cool.
So he got his start in Walking Dead. He's friends with John Bernthal, who like got killed in The Walking Dead, and then he was also in The Punisher, or I think he fought John Bernthal in The Punisher. He was in he was actually just in Black Adam, and he was in She-Hulk as a guy who got killed. Basically, he gets killed by all the heroes, but as a whatever the stuntman or just or the guy who just gets in one of the fight scenes and gets killed. But so he's been in also Endgame. He was in Endgame, and the one where all of them just like ran on the thing. He was he was in that. So he anyway. I guess what I'm trying to say with that is Jordan Scott. He played 3 roles, and he was the stunt coordinator and fight coordinator. So we actually had some of the most epic fights, and I think what you're saying is right. Like we don't want to not have fight scenes or have war scenes against the evil realms and the like the Jedis. If you think of like we're like in our world, it's called the Servants of the Everlight is our story. So we don't want to not have like the battles and the scenes, but at the same time, you don't have to just overly like, oh, we just have to just throw in a whole bunch of sex every whatever to sprinkle in, because otherwise to think that nobody's gonna watch it unless you have basically like soft porn in it is not it's not necessarily the truth.
Yeah, no, I mean I haven't seen Game of Thrones. I think for that reason, really, it's like it doesn't let you go too far without being really like exposed to it. So they need to bring back those like clean flicks versions where they just chop it down so it's
and then I think they tried to do that, and then the studio sued them when they chopped it down.
Of course, yeah.
They got sued to take out the bad stuff.
You turned our hour-long episodes into half-hour episodes.
So Philip, I would love. I mean, while you're here, this is like just valuable. You guys, Philip is just like amazing, and what I see Philip just even doing in the future is just going to be, I mean, huge. Like you're going to impact so much, and like you're still just at the beginning. You've done some amazing things, but I feel like God is like you're like in a new beginning where there's so much more. Like when you look at the scroll, like I don't know, in the it's called like the scrolls, like the scrolls that were like written in heaven before, kind of like plans, and like basically like there's like scrolls written in heaven, and not all humans actually go after it and like are able to accomplish like what like heaven is wanting us to do while we're here on earth. But I just see like you're gonna just create some amazing things, be a part of some amazing projects in the future to where you'll look back and be like, man, like Philip left his mark, you and your wife. And but with that, what would it look like for studios that are, or for like kingdom people, everyone that everyone that that's in the this creative world that wants to create impact and high budget, high quality storytelling? What would it look like to have like Mandalorian studios and budgets $50 million, $100 million in the hands of people, say in Nashville? The Mandalorian was shot in Nashville. I have some friends who are like, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna take you over there. And these people are in Web3, they're in NFTs, and like they're also like friends with the people who run that production. And I'm just like, man, God, like, what are you doing? But I'm just seeing that there's like just because the fact that I know that God owns all the resources in the earth, and I've seen like some of the business mentorship stuff. Hobby Lobby, the founder of Hobby Lobby, David Green, he will like speak in there, and he's just talking about how they have 5,000 employees, they give 50% of their profits to kingdom stuff. And I'm seeing that, in the Bible, it talks about a great wealth transfer, that there's going to be a time where resources are going to come to, righteous people who are going to be able to do stuff with them. And so, what would it look like for kingdom people to have a studio, be able to create epic stuff that is actually doing it? Good story, good writers, good acting, and it's still just amazing
Yeah, I mean,
content.
that's a great question, and I think we're yet to see what exactly it would look like. But what we need to do is we really need to step up and just grab it for ourselves. I think that there's a big difference between believing in God doing His work, and this is like the age old debate of how in believing that He's going to do whatever He's going to do, and so all you need to do is just stay faithful in terms of do the right thing morally, right? Have a good integrity. There's a lot of standing in Christianity, and as a Christian, that really is our call. Morally, we stand when the waves come or when the current pushes against us. We're supposed to stand. But in terms of career, in terms of impact of culture, we need to go out and we need to get it. Like we need to fight for it, and no one's going to give us
I
the
could say, "Oh, do you
Mandalorian
want this
studio.
budget? Do you want?"
Yeah, exactly. So we I think of Star Wars a lot. I loved Star Wars. I think before it became really productized with Disney. But man, George Lucas in 1976,
He was a fighter, huh?
yeah, he was a real fighter, and he was not believed by a lot of people, by studios, and he went out and I mean, granted, he was hospitalized after the production of the first Star Wars film because of how much anxiety he had. So in the kingdom world, we fight, we claw, we make something that we truly believe in, that is a culture creator, not a culture copier,
Mm.
and we believe in it so strongly that we're willing to push ourselves to the limit. And when people say you can't do it, and when people say that we've never seen this before, and so therefore it's not going to make any money, you have to keep going, and that's what's going to make studios be in the hands of kingdom people. That's what's going to give us one of those killer LED panel rooms where you
Yeah.
can just get to like put on Unreal Game Engine stuff where you see
Wow.
3D images. The way that they did Mandalorian is crazy. If you've seen any other like
Wow.
YouTube videos of that, it's insane. But you can do crazy stuff right now. It costs some money, and
Mhm.
so we've got to do it the hard way. But once we scratch and claw up to being able to do it, and really, create stuff that is big time, then we'll be able to kind of celebrate and kind of like keep expanding. But I mean, right now, I think where we're at is we gotta be one of those fighters. We gotta be kind of
Mhm.
we're the little guy, so
Yeah.
let's
We gotta
rocky
be
our way.
scrappy.
Yeah, we'll rocky our way up to the top a little bit, regardless of what people are telling us the outcome's going to be.
So we're talking about Lord of the Rings, and we can't comment on who the original Fellowship of the Nine narrator we have is, but the fact that we have someone from the Lord of the Rings that likes the script, likes the world that we're developing.
Yeah.
One, what are your thoughts on that? And then two, the second question is like Lord of the Rings is an example of epic content. They had a $96 million budget for it, and they didn't have sex and all the stuff in it.
Yeah. I mean, that is really cool because, the Lord of the Rings has been really untouchable, I think, when it comes to fantasy
Mhm.
realm storytelling. And, they're making offshoots of it, and they've been doing it for a long time now, ever since, I mean, of course, the books came out, but then the films. So it's just so exciting to know that there are people who have been on those big sets and seen just how they do it, and they're saying, "You know what? We want to be a part of this as well." That's one that's going to give a lot of credibility and a lot of clout to what's going on here. But two, it's going to inform what we do. And these actors, the people who are coming on, they've been there and done that. And if there's people who are willing to step into our world and help us move into another level, another realm. I mean, those are really really valuable assets. So even in terms of narration and being able to speak over it, an actor who comes and is able to inform and also to participate. That's really, really invaluable. There are people in in the world, in the Hollywood industry, who are eager to see what we've been talking about as well, and they're in top positions. It's really been amazing to like have some of these doors open recently and see these people who are in top positions, and they wouldn't tell you, on
Mhm.
Twitter, but
Yeah.
they really want to see this happen too. And so that's what happens a little bit when you fight and claw, is that you bring on the right people. There's I've said it, like, I think the engine or the driver really of projects in Hollywood isn't money. People who have money are looking for something, and it's not necessarily talent. Actors are always wondering if they're going to get another job, but I think what the driver of big projects that succeed in Hollywood is a visionary creative, someone who's able to be a leader. I would say a visionary leader, someone who's able to not only push people to be most empowered to do what they can do best, but to lead the way, kind of spearhead through. People can trust him, and he's able to communicate a vision. He's able to say, "This is exactly what I think this needs to look like. You know what? I've got a picture for this and this, but I know this person and that person who can do it even better." So they're empowering to people. They also are so strong-willed that when trials come and difficulties, they're able to keep going, and so people can continue to follow. And when that happens, when we have visionary leaders who are willing to step up and cast their vision to people, you'll just be floored about who comes out of the woodworks, like this actor who
Mhm.
says, "Yeah, I want to be part of this too."
Yeah.
So I think the big message, apparently, having spontaneously stepped in, is to keep going. We really have to keep going, and the strength comes from um, deity. It comes from the creator. It comes from the one who made everything. And so, if we can trust that a little bit and just keep going, then I think that we'll go a lot farther than we thought. And so I'm excited for Eric being one of those guys, being a visionary leader. That's what gives me the most faith about
Mm.
What Kingdom Warriors is doing, is having a visionary leader like you to be able to keep pushing, to keep casting vision, and to keep getting people collected and on board so that you can move forward. I mean, that is huge, man. So
Wow.
I'm just glad to be next to you,
Dude, come on.
physically and of course in spirit and what we're doing. So
Dude, that's amazing. You guys give it up for Philip Abraham. I'm inspired to give another NFT away because Philip is here today. So for you guys listening, if you guys can go to I'm gonna share I'm gonna show you how to win another one. You're gonna go to my personal profile where we're sharing this, and you're going to like, comment, and tag 3 warriors on it. So like, comment, and tag 3 warriors. You're gonna have to, if you're in the challenge group, we have a private group, kingdomnfts.com to join that private group. But this one is the stream, and I'm going to um, drop it here. So like, comment, and so it's right here. I just dropped it in the comments. So it's my personal profile. You're gonna go there, like, comment, tag 3 people who need to hear. From Philip's story today to the story of how we raised $50,000 and now have become a multi-million dollar epic media and gaming company. And that nothing can stop us. The banks have tried to stop us. We've had resistance from banks, from people, from we have attorneys now. Like, I mean, it's not easy. This battle is not easy, and we are gonna have to claw. We're gonna have to fight. We're gonna have to be scrappy. But you know what? We have God on our side, and we have people. We have thousands of people who are supporting this cause and want Kingdom Media Entertainment. And God has given us a solution to let you guys have ownership of this project through Web3, through the NFT assets. These are digital assets that are unlocking doors into this Kingdom Warriors megaverse, to the world of the music, the gaming, the virtual reality, the metaverse stuff we're building. You guys are going to have utility for yourself, your children. It's going to be amazing. And God is protecting us, even through the banks don't want to see us succeed. VCs, there's some VCs that have, been negative towards us. But then there's been some wealthy people who have been very positive and have raised 270,000 from angel investors. raised $50,000 from a Kingdom partner investor who said, "Hey, I'm going to bet on your original idea." And so there's been more wins than losses, and we don't give up. The good thing is the military taught me never give up, never surrender, keep pushing. My mom, my dad, my family has taught me never to give up. Business school taught me never give up. It took me from 2009 when I graduated high school in the Dallas Fort Worth area in Louisville, Texas, the Fighting Farmers. Shout out to Louisville, Texas. And then winning state championship even in high school in sports, and then or with I was a cheerleader and I got a college scholarship, and we got third in the nation, and we had to claw for even that, and then the military. So I mean, everything that I've had to go through, getting um direct DM. Yeah, I think to DM me, you have to go to your to my direct profile. You have to go to direct profile to DM. You can't DM from a challenge group, private groups. But to go to like, tag 3 people, 3 friends that need to hear about this. They care about filmmaking. They care about this stuff. Um, Tag them in there, and then you're going to go to my personal digital creator profile. We're gonna select those people at midnight tonight, and then we're gonna announce it tomorrow. I'm going live in on this digital creator profile in the challenge group tomorrow, 10 a.m. Central. Going live each of these days, and we're having a huge party on Saturday. We're gonna give away some NFTs, Ethereum. We're gonna reveal the art. You're gonna see the new Gen 3 art. I mean, from our Sony artist, and his other another artist that they both went to top California art schools. He's worked with Sony. I mean, this art is you're getting in this amazing art asset that is just like is going to be timeless and priceless. But you're also getting all those things you see on the website you just saw. You guys pray about the package you want. We even want you guys to even get a package, and let's even sew an NFT to a friend or two who needs to be a part of this. Let our team know if you need help how to get a friend connected and gift them an NFT. We can help set them up with a wallet and get them onboarded. We're trying to onboard as many people, creative people, dreamers, people who want to see this industry reformed and have a part of this epic Web3 entertainment company. We've been sowing thousands, tens of thousands of dollars into people, into Africa, and God is blessing us back. He's been taking care of our staff, our community, our families, and so we're just going to keep sowing into people, keep sowing into the nations, and keep sowing into this industry of gaming, of entertainment, of film, music, and see what God does with it. So we can't thank you enough. Like, comment, share from that, from my digital creator profile on Facebook. That is you see the stream on, and then we're gonna have Aurelio, Shanae, you guys we're gonna have them randomly pick the winners from that. And so with that, I'm gonna show you Sean Donahue, one of our Kingdom Generals, one of the people. He's now with our Epic Web3 media label. We're gonna play some music from Kingdom Warriors, one of our artists, and we're gonna show you some of the visuals of what we've been building and these warriors. So get ready for that. Tag some people in here. You guys get ready for tomorrow, 10 Central, going live again and giving away some more NFTs. So you don't want to miss it. Let your friends know, and we'll see you tomorrow.